Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today, the long form podcast talk type video of what should you sacrifice for your partner? And that is a hell of a loaded question because every relationship is different. Every person is different. Like some people are really low maintenance. I dated a girl once, let's call her Jackie, that we didn't fight. And not that we didn't have problems or issues, like we had some things that we had disagreements about, but like we never had like screaming matches. We never had like fights. I mean, in the bedroom there's some rough. Anyway, we had, and that's great. I love people like that. Where you don't fight, just talk about things. No, don't get mad. And her whole thing was like, it was like when she told me she had, and apparently throughout her other relationships, she had said like, no, like I just don't fight with my significant others. And I was like, what? Like how? And she's just like, well, if someone's coming at you, you like angry and they're yelling. She says like, well, they're going through something, and they're like that for a reason. I was like, yeah, because they're assholes. Like they're fucking like And she's like, no, they're, and it makes sense. Yeah, not everyone is happy. Like a lot of people are really unhappy, and especially during the pandemic this year, just absolutely destroyed a lot of people's mental health. And yeah, a lot of people don't deal with it well, especially if they've never been punched in the face before. Like I don't mean like physically punched in the face, but that too. Like a bunch of people like don't know what it's like to get their ass kicked. They don't know what it's like to get their shit kicked in, got their jackets taken, laws taken, we bleed. They don't. And when you get your ass kicked, you have a certain perspective. When you've been into other countries, like third world countries, and it's like, oh my god, I am so thankful to be in America or in the West or anywhere that's first world, because then you have perspective. And then when you think like, okay, some things didn't go the way I wanted to today, you're not upset about it. It doesn't ruin your day. It's like, all right, I'll try better. I'll try more tomorrow. And I wish more people would be like that. Um, I wish I was more like that. But that's someone who, if you find that, that's a unicorn. You're incredibly lucky. And I fucked that up because I don't want kids, at least right away. And I that's someone who I could have pictured at some point. And I even said like, dude, just give me a few years, please. Just give me. I can't do it right now. It's like no. It's like okay, but um, I went on a date the other night with another girl. It was my first. Yes, it was my first date that was not her, and we had a really good time. We went out to dinner, and in New York City, they're doing this like contact tracing where you give your name and your phone number, whatever. So in case something happens, like an outbreak, they can call you. Like it's happened here, go quarantine. Like okay, cool. Um, and it got me to thinking. Okay, I didn't make that sacrifice before, to have kids, and what would I sacrifice it for a new relationship? Maybe. And it depends what you're sacrificing, and if you can live with yourself or if you'll resent your partner for sacrificing what you're sacrificing. Like if it's I don't know, because like okay, a bunch of the guys in the office that I work in, they like football, they love sports, they are sports fanatics as much as I love Pokemon and Tesla. They love sports just as much, if not more. It's their lives, and I get it. So, and I like sports too. I like going to football games. I like going to baseball games. I like getting drunk and eating hot dogs and rooting for the home team. Um, I like watching guys get sacked. I like just fumble. It's exciting. It's a male bonding experience. Females too. Be all inclusive. But if you ask them to be like, hey, if your wife wants to do something on a Sunday, you know, can you sacrifice again? I'm not giving up sports. I'm not giving up that. No, it's my sports. It's my sports. I spend the day with the wife anytime I want. I was like, now for me, like, maybe because I don't like sports that much, I'll be like, okay, like, let's say if there's a fight that I really wanted to watch, okay, I can DVR it, I can tape it, whatever, and we can do whatever that she wants to do in place of that. And I think again, the relationships are all give and take. Like, it can't just be me all the time. Um, but I feel like a lot of people, they just want it their way, and when both sides are too stubborn or pigheaded, they just that's when they clash, and that's whatever. But like I was talking to my friend Paul today, and like, okay, now he says like, Chavez, you have a girl, and I won't say her name, I won't say what she does in case this, but we had a really good time. We had a bunch of other things planned. He says now what you have to do is get out of that boiler room you're in, get a real apartment, get like a real place, and act like a freaking grown up. And I'm thinking, I could do that. I mean, I would. I live with my best friend, whose daughter is like my best little buddy. Like, I 3 dogs. I love that place. It's great. And the rent is pretty cheap because I live in a boiler room. But also, I do that because my goal, my mission in life is to help conserve nature. Conservation is like my passion. That's what I'm doing all this for. That's why I have 2 businesses that I'm running, and I'm running myself ragged doing it. That's why I'm trying to launch a third. That's why that's why I'm literally working from the time I get up until the time I go to bed. I have an hour. I watch like an episode of Schitt's Creek, or like Kyle X Y. I just got into like one episode, and that's it. I But now, as far as sacrificing, I didn't make videos on Friday. I went out on a date. The date went really well, so I didn't make videos Saturday either, or Sunday. Did I? No, I don't even think. No, I was just so. If I did, I don't remember them. I don't. The whole weekend was a blur. I had so much stuff going on and to do, and there's a decent part of me that I loved everything about this weekend, from the dates to the friends that I had met, or friends I had seen. I haven't. So this one of the appointments I had this week was it was for my friend Ariana's birthday. I went to her wedding. If I ever got married, she'd be at my wedding. I invited her to my big birthday bash at the end of the year, and I haven't seen her since last year. I haven't. And one of the people that she lived with, her husband, and our other friend Ariel, good friends of mine that I have not seen in a year because I just don't have time. I don't. And so I'm making all the sacrifice for the business, for conservation, for the world. What am I going to sacrifice my my dreams for happiness? Happiness? I get. What's worth it? Is it worth it to not saying stopping everything and just saying, all right, you know what, I'm not gonna make videos anymore. I'm not gonna research Tesla. I'm not gonna quit the Pokemon. I'll just do my one finance, my high risk lending business, 40 something hours a week, and that's it. I'll go to the gym. I'd be happy because then I'd have someone, but I would feel so shitty saying like, hey, the world's not important. Conservation's not important. I don't need to make, $500,000, in excess cash by 2030 so I could buy, those plots of land in Madagascar to save some species. I don't need to do that. I could just be with someone and be happy. Something that's not even guaranteed to work out. Something that most relationships don't. A lot of marriages don't. A lot of it ends heartache. It's very, very hard to. And I get it, better to have loved than lost than to have never loved at all. Because it's great. For those of you that haven't had the pleasure, being in love is one of the greatest feelings in the world. Like, it is fucking fantastic. But it causes you to sacrifice certain things. It makes you. It's a drug. Like, don't let anyone misguide you. Love is a drug. Kesha made a song about it. Like, it is absolutely 100% will make you do things that you don't normally do. Like Long Island iced teas. like acid. When I am on acid, I break out the credit card. I'm gonna donate to you, and let's get pizza. Like, stuffed crust, please. Like, I go absolutely insane in a good way because I just want to love people. I want to eat good food and drink and listen to good music. But yeah, love is something that you are blinded by. Like Jedi's, like in the Star Wars universe, are not allowed to love because it clouds their judgment. It clouds their vision. And again, one of the greatest feelings in the world, and almost everyone can agree that it's freaking fantastic. But at what cost? And I get, like, not everyone's trying to, you know, build a house for Best Friends Animal Society's workers. They're not trying to, you know, spend 500 grand on a, plot of land in Madagascar for conservation. That most people aren't trying to do that. I am, and I don't think I have the right to, because most people don't make this much money. And you know, as Iroh said, you know, from General Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender, when he's talking to Aang, said, "I think you're wise to choose love over, you know, whatever else he had against it, because it's great." And not everyone gets that, but also not everyone has the ability to make a large amount of money and sacrifice and to help save species, to help conservation of animals. Because if we're the only Earth that has life on it, every single life is precious. So I don't know. I don't know what to do in that situation. I'll see where it goes. I'll have fun, you know, and sacrifice a little bit here, a little bit there. I don't know the point of what of what this was. Oh yeah, how would you sacrifice for other people? Yeah, dude, do it. Like when you really care about someone, yes, you put their feelings first. You do. If every relationship was, you know, let's say the 100% of a relationship 50-50, if every person in each relationship so like thought that, you know what, the other person might not give 50% all the time, I'm going to try to give 60% every time. If every relationship had those people to give 60% all the time, there would be a lot less fighting. People get complacent, people get used to things. Like I honestly, I don't even know how I got her to agree to the days. I look like shit. But again, it went really well. Um, you have, yeah, just if you just really try, and you just really, I think you'll be happier. You know, the kind of that, you know, limerick, happy wife, happy life. You know, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Um, yeah, there's some truth to that. But there's also something to be said about staying single, because a lot of married guys I know would not like to be married. And if it weren't too expensive to get divorced, they would be divorced. Now, again, not I know I've been kind of harping on marriage here. Like I said, love is great. Love is freaking fantastic. And when you're older, the most important relationships you have are your kids, apparently. So it's really hard to do. And kids do better with two parents. So it's best that you get married. But anyway, that's just it for me. It's just kind of my video, seeing what's up. I love you guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. My hips hurt so bad. I have no idea why. Might have been from the date. I love you guys. Bye.